Thank you so much. So last session எப்பவுமே ரொம்ப difficult session. So we wanted to, as she said, save the best for the last and also mix it up with a lot of fun. இந்த இப்போ தமிழ்ல எல்லாம் வந்து படம் ஹிட் ஆவறதுல there's a something they call it non-linear screenplay where you jump between tracks, right? So this time in this session what we are going to do is it's a very important pertinent topic, so there is seriousness to it. So there's a lot of takeaways that you will have which you will take home and you will probably implement and learn. On the other side, we are going to make it a lot of fun. We are going to make it very lively. We have couples right from young couples to people who have done businesses together for about 25-30 years. So we look forward to a session where we probably live through their journey in the last 20-25 years or so. So thank you all, first of all, for joining and agreeing to this session. 2 years back, we had a session called Jaipathu Yaaru, son or father. So that was received well a lot by you guys. How many of you were there in that session? Father and son session. So quite a bit of hands. So this time we said, husband and wife. So as I said, the power couples are here and each of them have done well in their respective fields. Not many people know this data that, I was surprised to find that 8% of small businesses are couple run, right? So that's something that's a staggering number. And that's also because couples who want to make it together beyond the house go also professionally together and fight it out and make a living. So when this kind of a collaboration and a partnership happens, passion, purpose, priorities, all of them come together. So these 5 couples here are a beautiful witness to what we have seen as a generation of couplepreneurs. So I'll start with, my favorite, that's CKK sir and Veena ma'am, to start with the first question. Sir, there are both goods and bad in couples working together. Can you tell us what is one good thing and one bad thing in having worked with Veena ma'am together at Naturals?
Good thing வந்து சம்பளம் கொடுக்க தேவையில்லை.
That's bad thing for Veena ma'am.
Bad thing வந்து ஆபீஸ்லயும் அடி வாங்கணும், வீட்லயும் அடி வாங்கணும்.
ஓ சார், அது அடி எப்படியும் வாங்க தானே சார் போறோம்.
இல்ல சார், இப்ப வீட்ல மட்டும் அடி வாங்கிட்டு ஆபீஸ்ல வந்து நம்ம அடி குடிக்கிற மாதிரி வேஷம் போடலாம். இங்க அது முடியாது. அங்கேயும் அடி, இங்கேயும் அடி.
Good. Round of applause for him. He's been as candid as possible. Ma'am, Veena ma'am கிட்ட இப்ப கவுண்டர் இருக்கு. Ma'am, one good thing and bad thing.
பாத்திருக்கீங்களா பாலா? நீங்க தான் பார்த்தாலும் வீட்ல இருக்கீங்கல்ல, அடி வாங்குறது பாத்திருக்கீங்களா?
இல்ல.
ஆபீஸ்ல பாத்திருக்கீங்களா? Advantage பாத்தீங்கன்னா, sometimes you can pass off the decision that side. And the other disadvantage-na, நம்ம ஒன்று சொல்லுவோம், பட் he will do the opposite. எவ்வளோ சொன்னாலும் it is.
அது நீங்க மட்டும் இல்ல மேம், நாங்கெல்லாம் சொன்னாலும் அப்படிதான் பண்ணுவார் அவரு.
அதுதான் மெயின். நம்ம ஒன்று சொல்லிட்டு சரி ஏதோ ஒன்று பண்ணிட்டு போட்டோன்னு விட்டுடுது, அவ்வளோதான்.
Short and sweet. Ma'am, I like to bring Jay and Hemu here. I have known you for now since High Design times, maybe 2 decades. And Jay is that proper chartered accountant, numbers guy. Hemu ma'am used to select all the products. She used to take a product decision. So how is complementary skills, a secret of couple success? I want both of you to kind of share. Jay sir, you want to go first?
Yeah. We are personality-wise totally different. She's a spender and I'm an accountant. So for me, a rupee saved is a rupee earned. For her, 5 rupees is 1 rupee earned. But she's a very generous person. And her customer focus and customer delight focus was what built our brands. And she created magic with her visionary ideas. And her ideas were never cookie cutter. They were completely, individualistic ideas, always ahead of the trends in the market. Mr. Vineet Gautam was talking about trends. She was a trendsetter. So that's the most important thing for entrepreneurship. I was able to, with my financial discipline background, I was able to control her a bit, but I gave her a long leash.
Ma'am.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Basically, I think what happened with us is I would agree that we did complement each other because we were different. And I think it's like being on a quiz team. You know, you want to win a quiz, then you get somebody who's very good with movies and entertainment, and somebody who's good with literature and history and so on. So most entrepreneurs, at least first generation entrepreneurs like us, you're so consumed by the passion of your idea that the rest of it, you know, the marketing, the finance, the economics of what you're doing kind of take a back seat. So for me, I think I solved that by just marrying the chartered accountant rather than hiring one. It worked for me. And he completely handled the finance and, you know, the payments. And for me, my whole life was my inventory. If I didn't have inventory, I didn't have sale. That was in my head. And there were so many new products coming. We used to do product launches like almost every day. Every product, irrelevant to anything, was launched in Landmark. So when we did that, we were just acquiring so much of stock that, you know, somebody had to do the other end, which is picking up the pieces of, you know, what worked, what didn't work, what to reorder, how to pay, how to stagger payments. So from the complementary point of view, I think for us, this has worked very well.
Yeah, I think the strength and weaknesses match as long as that's complementary. It really helps the business, absolutely, ma'am. And I've seen you both work, and it was really amazing. And I was probably 25 at that time when I was dealing with you with high design, and it was synchrony between both of you. And happy to note that after a long hiatus, both of them have co-founded startups each, this time separately. So huge round of applause for them, and wish them all the best for their next startup as well. Now I'll move on to the youngest couple here, Anirudh and Aishwarya. So, you know, Aishwarya is a designer, jewelry designer. Anirudh is a business guy. So, very early into your marriage, you both decided to co-found Wondr, right? I mean, of course, there's a huge opportunity and all that. So, you're settling into the marriage, but also having to start up a new business, which is a totally different journey in itself. How's the journey been, and how have you handled it, Anirudh?
First of all, thanks, Bala. The journey has been really, really good. I think 6 years into marriage, we started this brand called Wondr. Now the brand Wondr is 3 years old, having 16 stores, and this quarter we'll be opening 4 more stores. The advantage of having a couple doing this together is she knows all the problems that I am going through, or the amount of stress that I'm having at work, and with the amount of franchisee burdens that we are having. So it's very easy to be at home after the work also.
Aishwarya, you'd like to add?
Yeah, I think like the points mentioned earlier, it is because we complement, our skill sets are very complementary. I take care of the design and manufacturing, Ani takes care of the growth and finance and the other segments. So I think the skill set really worked very well, and so it sort of helped us do the growth path very fast. So it's been a beautiful journey till now.
All the best for your wonderful Wondr journey. Sushanto, so Sushanto and Pooja, so you are, you know, Sreeleathers is a large organization, and also you have multiple factions within the family, and geographically you have divided. So you're a case of somebody who started in Jamshedpur, selling in the north. Now you guys have moved down to the south. How do you handle so many complexities, and on top of it, both the spouses working together? So go ahead, Sushanto.
All that one side, north, selling it in north and coming down south, and whatever problems we had there, and division of the family, all that one side, and then working as a couple, another side. See, women are just more evolved than men. But as men, we do not acknowledge that. And we'll fight it to the last teeth to prove that it's not right. Like, she had been fighting with me to start my online business for God knows how many years, I forget now. Till COVID hit me, I said, no need. I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't want to do it, especially I don't want to listen to you. And then within COVID, 3 months, we were online, we were selling online, and she handles it all by herself, and she is outselling 3 of my oldest stores. So that's one thing. And then as Sohail said in the morning today, you have to be online, you can't shut it down, and you have to put in money to it. So Sohail, I'm taking your word on that. And she's been asking for money, I just said no to her. Now that you told me in the morning we should put money into it, at this forum I'm going to promise some more money to my wife for her online business.
So, Sushanto, you're walking away with all the brownie points here. So,
Soil bola.
Why don't
CKK
you
sir.
give me money for the Wondr diamonds here?
so, diamonds and real estate is another pet topic of CKK. We'll come to that later. But Pooja, we want to hear from you.
For me, it was very different. We are not in a startup. I got married into a very old, very established business, almost 70 years. So I had to adapt. More than trying to make, anything work, it was like, okay, there was already a way of working and we had to adapt to that. Yeah, we do change. It's not that we are not changing as per the fashion or whatever. But I feel it helped us because we just became a part of the solution as a couple instead of being a part of the problem,
Okay, thanks. Faizal, coming to you, you and Nazia have known each other, and then now as a business journey, plus growing the Suxus brand, like you've been telling that she's been contributing quite a bit in the office space. So your journey, please, Faizal and Nazia.
So unlike other couples, like it's been 14 years we got married, but then she's into business for the past 2 years. And since I am a single person, CKK சொன்ன மாதிரி கண்டிப்பாக கொண்டு தான் வரணும் அப்படின்ற மாதிரியான ஒரு சிச்சுவேஷன் ஆயிடுச்சு. பட் அகெயின் த மெயின் திங் எனக்கு வந்து கொண்டு வர்றதுக்கு முன்னாடியே வந்து ஃபார் என்வாயரன்மெண்ட் லைக் அஸ் வேரன் டு பிரிங் இன் அந்த ஒரு மாதிரி கன்சர்வேட்டிவான ஒரு ஃபேமிலியிலேருந்து வந்து வெளியே கொண்டு வரது ஒன்று, அதுக்கப்புறம் ரீட்டைல் மாதிரியான பிஸ்னஸில் ஃப்ரண்ட் எண்டு கொண்டு வரது ஒன்று, அதுக்கப்புறம் சோர்சிங் மாதிரியான விஷயத்தில் ட்ராவல்ன்றது ஒன்று, இத்தனை விஷயம் இருக்குது. ஸோ இதெல்லாம் தாண்டி at one point of time few inspirations பண்ணதுக்கப்புறம் கண்டிப்பாக கொண்டு வந்தே ஆன ஒரு வழியே இல்லைன்னு சொல்லிட்டு தான் she got into business. However, she trailed from a family background இருந்தாலுமே கொண்டு வரணும்னு சொல்லி 2 years now she is into business. It's not a small portion. Almost this 2 years I am in the leadership of YI ல இருக்கிறனால almost 70% she is taking care of the business.
Nazia, you would like to add your journey?
When we were in school, it's a very common question, what is your ambition? We get that question often in childhood. When the whole class was shouting doctors and engineers, I was that one odd girl out shouting businesswomen. But little did I know, coming from a very conservative town like Pallapatti, and being from a very conservative setup of town, I didn't know that as a woman, I will have that opportunity one day to come out of the house and do what I dreamt as a goal of my childhood. Being a housewife for 14 years, when I got that opportunity to break through the stereotypes and the societal stigmas and come out and work for my own company, I just don't want to give it up. I took up the opportunity wholeheartedly, and I have been traveling with Faizal and with our company for the past 2 years. I just want to add one thing here. If you ask for the pros and cons of working together, positive side is we sail in the same boat. We sink together. We reach the shore together. That's the positive side. Negative thing is opposite poles attracts each other. That's only for love and definitely not for profession.
Okay, good thought though. Jay, I'd like to bring you, and you gave some good tips when we were discussing about this whole topic, that how you need to respect each other's proficiencies, sometimes play good cop, bad cop, and some thoughts on your secrets that you would like to pass on to the younger generation of couplepreneurs.
Yeah, check. We always play when we were negotiating with vendors or landlords, the whole ecosystem of retail, which all of you all know about. Most important things were inventory, margins, and payment terms, and returns, of course. So she would always be, very generous with the vendor or very generous with the landlord, saying, oh, what a beautiful property, I love your property, we should be here. Or talking to the vendor saying, oh, the product is so good. And I'm busy looking and seeing how I can make more margins on it, or how do I get more credit? Those are or get a lower rent. So they always would expect her to be the nice person and me the bad person. But sometimes you just shift the roles in fact, with regular suppliers who were taken us for granted. They would just assume that revenues are coming from us, payments are coming from us, orders are coming from us. They won't do anything on the margin, and they'll be giving a competitor the margin. Suddenly, she'll stop buying. She'll say no. Then they'll come running to me. Why are you not supporting us, and you have stopped the stock? I said, you have insulted her because you have not given her the margin which you're giving to category Y or category Z, because they are a so-called national chain and you're not giving it to us. So we played these type of games all the time, and we didn't discuss with each other when to play this game. But negotiations in retail are critical for the success of retail.
So negotiations are best left to the husband or wife?
The good cop.
Good cop. Okay. So good cop, bad cop thing. CKK sir and Veena ma'am, you drive a large franchising business where primarily women, right? About 400 plus women entrepreneurs, and most of them who come and think of naturals as a family. How much of edge it's given you, because you're there as a couple, you're seen as a family, and that gets a lot of vote of confidence for you from the franchisee side as well. Do you think if you had started it singularly, it wouldn't have given you this edge as in compared to starting it as a couple?
Yeah, I'll come to the point little later. Let me diverse for a bit. How many people are following me in LinkedIn? Quite a few. Whoever is not following, please follow me. So Twitter is politics, that's different. So the second thing I want to talk about is the framework for entrepreneurship. There are 3 skill sets required to become an entrepreneur. If you want to be an employee, you can master one skill set and you can be very good. In today's age, there is nothing like entrepreneurs have got 2 horn, employees can't make it. In fact, Indra Nooyi made 2,000 crores last year, that salary. So there is nothing, Mr. Korean would have made more money while working than this side of the table. So the employee is actually beneficial at this point of time. But if you want to be successful as an entrepreneur, you require 3 skills. First one is you should be extraordinary in selling skills. That means you should be able to sell your brand, sell your product to the vendors, to the employees, to the investors, everybody. You should be a very good salesman. That's the first skill required. Second skill required is you should be very good in reading numbers. Your financial skills, your ability to read the balance sheet, profit and loss, ROA, all these things, you should read it very well. Third skill you require is you should be an extraordinary in people skills. Only when you have all these 3 skills, you should come to entrepreneurship. Otherwise, you should remain as an employee. These 3 skills, in my thing, I'm very good in 1 and 3. The second financial skill you give me, I will only sleep off. So that is I delegated to Veena. Veena now has delegated to Suresh. So that is how we are going forward in terms of the finance. The good idea is, if you are not good in any of the 3, identify a co-founder, which is what Jay and Hemu has done. We have role modeled them. We looked at them with awe in the earlier years and now also. I think they are the power couple of the Chennai's first, Hemu Ramaiah. We used to really, great brand, landmark. What a kind of brand she has established. I think that's every woman's pride, every book lover's pride. I think all the people of Chennai, from whoever is coming, they will come to Chennai, go to landmark. It is not only the name, it is iconic in so many ways. I think that is the kind of brand she has created. Hats off to ma'am. Huge respect for you. And coming to the point of the Bala's question is that if it is only a man, the women won't trust you. So in a franchise business, in a large franchise business, trust is a very important ingredient. And Veena by my side gave the franchise partner a lot more comfortable. Many a time, women, when they are not, they presume that they can't speak some tough language. They can go and share their challenges and problems to Veena in a lot better way. That gives us their room for, it is like that priest in the church. People can go confess with her and say whatever is the problem. Like that, Veena used to play that role, and that gave us a lot of things. I think it is very important for a franchise network, especially women-based thing, connect with the people, the trust, and just hear them out. And many a time, I think that comfort was established by Veena, and that has only has worked well for us.
Veena ma'am,
He said it all.
he speaks for you, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them have seen us and then have come forward to start. Like, men bring their wives and say, yeah, like she wants to do something. After seeing you, she also wants to start this. So, Andamadri, a lot of them have come, and initially they'll come together, and after that, the women will be running that, and she'll have more outlets, and he will be a house husband, as CKK normally keeps saying. That we've created a lot of house husbands.
So that house husband story also, I think we need to hear from him. We need to create more house husbands. So
I think the more than the CEO's job, house husband job is the best job.
sir, why you didn't
We
opt
all
for?
actually should aspire to become a house husband. See, being at the home, having a beer, watching the TV, what fun, yeah?
No, I think jokes apart, having seen them, worked with them, been with them, I think we look at from the outside, or when we're working with CKK and Veena ma'am, CKK is the dreamer who's eccentric and fun and all that. Veena ma'am is the more grounded, solid person. So we know which time when we have to go to both of them. So you've been an amazing couple, and 25 years now at Naturals, and many more years to go, and a round of applause to them, please.
CK sir got the definition of house husband wrong. What he is saying is what we do. But what he means is we have to cook and clean. It's house husband.
He will outsource it. He has people to outsource it.
Drinking beer and watching is what you do right now.
No, cooking is now Swiggy, cleaning is now urban company.
Urban class.
Low productive jobs can be outsourced, Sushanto, so no problem.
Okay, got it.
And anyway, husbands don't see P&L, no, at home. So, doesn't help. So, Ani and Aishwarya, see, it's very easy to bring work from home to work and all that, and especially when you're young and you have a team that's building. So, how do you maintain that formality at office, and how do you ensure that, your personal life doesn't get reported at office? Have your employees seen you fighting at office?
Definitely no. So we've maintained it very well that whatever fights are there, it's inside the room and not outside the room. And right from like 9 years back, we decided, so whatever happens, whatever stress or whatever arguments happen, it will happen only at the office. When you come home, it's all over. We shouldn't bring any garbage inside our house, whatever we are arguing or anything. And at the end of the day, the men has to say a sorry to the women, and it's fine. It's over after that. Whatever, if we win or if they win, just a sorry. And I think they'll be comfortable with it.
That's a problem.
Within 30 seconds of the fight, you should say sorry. I do it within 30 seconds right now. I used to take 30 minutes, stupid of me. 30 seconds, I say sorry.
Pooja wants to add something.
I am
Pooja.
glad Ani is sitting next to you, sir.
He's lying. He's totally lying. Haven't heard that word in a while. So he's totally lying. Don't believe it.
Aishwarya, you want to add on?
Just adding on to what Ani had to say, that we really don't bring home any fights that's left in the office. And actually we are fighting mainly because both the brains are thinking, right? So we're actually contributing to the growth of the business. Two different people bringing two different ideas. And eventually we come to a common point which actually contributes to the growth of the business. We understand that, and so we keep that very, very separate from our personal life. We don't get in fights to home, but if there's a constructive idea, there's always some time at home, and that's a very compulsive idea, we always discuss that. That is part of life. We can't take the entrepreneur out of the personal life, but we always keep the garbage out.
Thanks.
Adding to her, we don't discuss negative things at home, we discuss positive things at home. And since a lot of people here are family-run businesses, we had one daughter, but we talk with the daughter also about the business strategies, nothing is hidden from her, even from a young age. So it's very important in family-run businesses for the next generation from a young age to understand strategies, methods of work. They might not be listening directly, but everything is getting absorbed by them. And that is one of the biggest legacies we can hand over to our children.
No, absolutely. I think you touched upon an important point, Jay, which is, when husband and wife are working, then what are the children doing? So you're saying it's good to make them participate very early on, so the dining table conversations and, keeping them relevant to the business. But yet, what they go on to choose is something that we leave it to them, right? That's what you also followed. Yeah. So in terms of support system, we say that, if you're working alone as a solopreneur, your support system is your wife. Here, both the husband and wives are working together. So whom do you both look at as support systems? Maybe Pooja, you could go for this question.
Definitely he is my support system. The husband only, but we are also very lucky to have a very good team working with us. We have good advisors. And, but yeah, husband, who else will support you? He has to, no choice. Work-wise, professional, personal, anything. And I just want to ask the two of you, you're really young, how are you managing not bringing it home? Yeah? We have zero professional, personal line. There's no line. There is no borders, nothing, no boundaries. Everything's back home. The temper's flying. Everyone's seen everything. So I don't know how you guys are managing.
But something's working, no, Pooja? I mean, you're now married for 25 years?
We've been married 20 years, 18 years together, 20, bringing up two very good children. It's working. We're making it work, yeah.
So each one to his style, maybe. Sushanto, something you have to, you want to add in?
He's hiding, yeah.
Yeah. Thoda aage aa jaiye. Actually, we should have kept it round instead of straight. The women are not able to see the men.
We live alone over here. In general, if both the couples are working, then there's a mom in your house taking care of the baby or whatever. Now, we moved to the city with a 10-month-old baby, and she was with me from the point of selecting the store, which one to buy in T Nagar. As a matter of fact, we did not have a honeymoon, which she's still angry about. And the honeymoon was in T Nagar,
in Chennai Presidency Club.
And we still fight about it.
Yes.
So she has started from the incubation period. And anyway, there was this thing in my family that the day you get married is the day you sit in the cash counter and the day you start counting money and the tijori chabi is given to you. A very, very modern family, I must say. And that is exactly what her father told her not to do. Ki beta, do whatever, just don't sit in the cash counter. You're meant for office, be in the office. And my father, first on the floor and then to office. So even if, God forbid, something happens, she pretty much knows 95% of the business to be taken. And again, systems and processes are there. So it's like a gallbladder. If I'm not there, I'm a gallbladder over here. Don't get me wrong. You remove the gallbladder, the body functions just fine.
Sir, thanks, Sushanto.
I'm the gallbladder.
So before we go on to the rapid fire, which we have in the end, last question is to CKK, sir. Sir, in office and at work and everywhere, there is stress around. You are one of the best stress managers I have seen. So your secret to stress management at home and at office, please can you share with our audience? He gives stress.
When I have friends like you, why do you require enemies? No, I think on a lighter note, we need to compartmentalize the work and the home. And unless you are able to really, 9 to 5 is for survival. What we do after that is growth. I think that is where it's very important. You need to meet new kind of people, discuss new things and new ideas. And that is when your life will get really polished and you can take the business forward. If you do the same thing with the same people, you cannot. I think that is something which we do. And I have lovely friends like you, Aim, and Shivaraja, and all the people here. Suresh is there. I think I have that. I think that's what is my support system. That's what is my fallback. And with any challenge, I have the second line of me which can help me to overcome either by an idea or by a contact or by money or by anything required.
Now we'll ask ma'am how she manages stress that is created. Ma'am.
Same thing, as you said, you all are there. Evening, all of you are there. And then, his stress disappears, so for me also it gets.
Wonderful. So that's a true partnership. So we'll now go for the final rapid fire. One key takeaway from this session for, Jaipathu Yaaru. Who wins, husband or wife? I know it'll all be we know the answer is obvious, but we want to hear an anecdote or probably your style of saying that Jaipathu Yaaru, Thalaivara, Thalaiviyaa, who wins? We'll go starting with Anirudhan.
ஜெயிப்பது யாரு கண்டிப்பாக தலைவி தான் அதில் வேறு டவுட்டே இல்லை ஏன்னா வீட்டுக்கு போனால் சாப்பாடு கிடைக்கணும் அதனால ஜெயிக்கிறது வந்து தலைவி தான் அதுக்கு வேறு தெர் இஸ் நோ ரீப்ளேஸ்மெண்ட் டு தட்.
Okay, final answer. Okay. Now, Aishwarya, Jaipathu Yaaru, you want to let go? You want to give him a brownie point?
Leave him with a brownie point, at least.
Yeah?
Good that at least he made the world believe that.
அதான் ப்ரௌனி பாயிண்ட்னாலும் சாப்பாடு தான் ப்ரௌனி தானே அதுவும் அதான் சாப்பாடு கொடுப்பாங்க.
So what do you want to say? Leave it with Ani's answer. Okay. Pooja, Jaipathu Yaaru, who wins?
In the end, always me. In the end, always me.
Always you.
Always.
That's clear. Yeah.
It's clear, always me.
Sushanto, any doubts?
I went to boys' school and I clearly learned the wrong things. Till marriage hit me, and now I know she wins. Stupid
Always.
boys' school.
CKK sir, final say.
ஃபைனல் சே வந்து உங்களுக்கு என்ன எல்லா டிசிஷனும் நம்ம எடுத்துடணும் ஆனால் அவங்களுக்கு வந்து பேர் மட்டும் அவங்களுக்கு கொடுத்துடணும். So that is one way of looking at. But on a serious note, see, இன்னைக்கு வந்து it is Veena is the founder of Naturals. I am the co-founder. I think it is very important to give where the what you call this thing is due. Many times the men and the other folks want to hold back. I think we should not hold back wherever the credit, yeah, wherever the credit is due. I've been searching for that word. Thank you. I think we should have the generosity. It's not even generosity. I think it is the humanness to give that credit. In this case, Veena is the founder. I am the co-founder, and I want many women to take that leadership. Women are conditioned to believe that they have to play secondary role. I think today is an opportunity with technology in place. Women can take the primary role and men can take the secondary role. That way, more importantly, men can enjoy life. Today, let me tell you, it is only women who are, I can very clearly say it is women who are enjoying the life a lot more than men. If men have to enjoy life, it has to reverse.
Ma'am, unga comments?
Yeah, I mean, in our case, you keep telling him he will first not, but finally he will,
Listen.
Yeah. At the end, I think ultimately we win. But emotionally, I think women are much stronger. So I think certain decisions are taken, men are, very instinctive and take decisions. But I think women are more emotionally strong. So I think the decisions are more, what do you say, solid and.
Absolutely, ma'am.
One more thing, one minute. இது வந்து முதல்ல நான் தான் அதிக ரிஸ்க் எடுப்பேன்னு சொல்லி உலகம் நினைக்கும். இப்போ வீணா எடுக்கிற ரிஸ்க்கை பார்த்து சுரேஷ்லாம் பயப்பட ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டார்.
No, jokes apart, most important thing for all us retailers is our brand and our customers. And we always used to, when have an argument, we would always say what is good for the brand and what is good for the customers. So finally the brand and the customers won. It was not me or my wife.
Very political answer, Jay. Safe answer. Hemu ma'am, who wins?
I think the business wins. I agree with him on that. Because, you take the best of each, you finish your fights and your arguments and your discussions and debates, but I think the business wins.
No, on a serious note, yes, but business is not competing in this debate today. So, anyway, I'll let Faizal take his call. Faizal, who wins?
In வீட்டில் வந்து she wins, but honestly, businessல I win.
You take a call, okay. யாரோ ஒரு வீட்டில் அடி விழுக போகுது இன்னைக்கு. சரி, அது மட்டும் நிச்சயம். Nazia?
Well, I 100% go with him because there can be only one always right. He's that always right at office. I am that always right at home.
Wonderful, yeah. So, huge round of applause to them.
நல்லதா நடந்துட்டு இருக்கு பாலா. இப்போ ஹனியை நாங்கள் கூப்பிட்டு உங்க வீட்டில் யாரு ஜெயிக்கிறது, நீயா ஹனியா மணியான்னு சொல்லி கேட்போம். நீங்க வாங்க
சார். நான் உங்களெல்லாம் கூப்பிட்டு வந்தா எனக்கே வெயிட் வைக்கிறீங்க நீங்க.
வாங்க.
Introducing Miss Hani Balachandar, my wife. So you want to have a couple of words on who wins at home? Home and office. But we don't work together, thankfully.
Good evening, everyone. It was such a wonderful session. I really enjoyed it, but I could also see a lot of stares, a lot of faces closing down, and a lot of thought process, which I don't know was happening during business also or not. I don't know, because at the end of it, everyone has to get back home. So I think women have this gift of the intuition, the instincts. Sometimes when they think that this will work, it does work. Whether men agree or not, that's a different thing. But these things actually do work. And the way women can actually organize things is far more different than what men can. Men can definitely go out there and achieve a lot of things. But I think if there is a woman who's always there with him, supports him, and at times also guides, there could be a lot more success.
At times also shouts.
That is the part of the journey, so you can't avoid it. So I think a woman can really structure things in the right way, because the way she can multitask and do things, juggling between so many things at home, office, everywhere, school, and I don't know what not. I mean, it's very easy to say that she multitasks, she does this, but she knows the pain. Even at sleep, even when she's sleeping, there's always an alarm. Okay, now I have to do this, now I have to do that, now I have to go here, now I have to do that. Men can take that a little more easily. So I think it is very challenging for women. And hats off to the couples who are really playing it well and doing it so nicely. It's not very easy doing business together. We don't do business together, and we totally have different thought processes. I'm from a proper Marwadi family. I only ask him one thing: how much money did you bring? So that's the only thing I ask him. He is a visionary, thinks more about the future. You imagine like this. I said, imagination, all that is fine. I want to see the results. And I think this is what is pushing him to get there, do that, and better achieve faster, because then he knows what is going to hit on him. So, yeah.
Thank you, Ani. Sir, Purida, sir. So, no, jokes apart, I think, although it's wonderful to have all the couples here, we all have been inspired by you. Although I might not have her as a partner in my business, but as life partners, we do discuss business. And as she said, a lot of ideas and a lot of thoughts come from her. So she might not be on paper or might not be at the office working with me. She's truly been a business partner as well. Thank you, honey. And with the guys, always, home ministry wins. So I also have a final comment from a special person. Kumar Rajagopalan sir, we want your final say so that we can close the session tonight.
Already honey சொல்லிட்டாங்க நீங்க அத
வேற லாங்குவேஜ்ல வேற ஒரு
Different words.
சார்ட்டர்ட் அக்கவுண்டன்ட்டா பேசுவார்.
Now, this is where I should not open my mouth. Frankly, each one of you have shared quite a bit. It's interesting. And I'm sure if we were to take just anecdotes from each of you, it will tell us what were the various ingredients that created this success. It is tough to work as husband and wife in the same business, but some of you have kind of gone ahead of the toughness and come into this level of success. I do hope that you can continue this and create larger success. That's being nicely political. But I do have to tell you a little bit of story from my own life, because before I got married, and some of you do know my wife, her name is Vidya, and for some time she used to work with the Retailers Association of India. Only thing is I could get away with telling her I'm not going to pay you anything. So some of you are luckier. She didn't get any money, but she did some of work. But the one thing she did before we got married was to ask me to read a book, and the booksellers here will know that, a book called Why Men Don't Listen and Women Can't Read Maps. And then she told, unless you really read this, you'll never understand what women are all about. I don't want to get married to you. So this is the one thing that she did. And then the second book she asked me to read was a book called Goal by Eliyahu Goldratt. Again, she told me that unless you really understand the overall objectives, we really can't go along with each other. So now you know. Instinctively, she knew that the only way in which this man can get into a particular level of thinking process along with me is to get him to start thinking slightly differently. So sometimes when you don't really get to know how to get things done, you can use books, you can use advisors like Bala, or people who are going to make you feel good about what's happening all around you to make things happen. I'm really enamored with what's happened here. I think each one of us can take back lessons from some of the things that you all told. I don't think it's about winning individuals. Thalaivara, Thalaiviyaa னு எப்படி சொல்ல முடியும் நம்மளால? The fact of the case is தலைவரும் தலைவியும் இருந்தால் தான் it's a complete thing. சிவனா பார்வதியான்னு கேட்டானா யாருக்கு ஆன்சர் இருக்கு அதுக்கு? Both have to come together to make it happen. So it's wonderful. It's amazing that you've done what you've done. Complementing skills, so amazing. The ability to say at some point of time that stop here, this is what I'm going to do. I think the one thing that each one of them, and I'm sure I'm not wrong there, would have agreed to is that if one is very vehement that this can't be done, the other person keeps quiet at that time. Am I right or wrong? Or is that part of the deal or not the deal? ஒருத்தர் ஒரே தரியா அலறிட்டு கருத்து இன்னொருத்தர் தான் சொன்னால் அது யூஸ் ஆக போகிறது இல்லை. That's only going to lead to some kind of trouble. But it's beautiful that you can do businesses together. It's amazing that very large businesses can come together. So thank you for this amazing session. And we all loved what happened. If you all really loved it, do stand up and give a round of applause for them.
Thank you so much, and I should thank each of this couple to, to be a sport. When I told this is the topic, everybody were like, wow, can we speak about something else? But they all were a sport, and huge round of applause for coming on stage and bringing both your personal and professional life forward. Thank you.
मैं बचपन से ही